Hello everyone and welcome to Miss Emma's Term 2 activities. Okay, so this term we are going to be looking at, you guessed it, tennis. Okay, so we're going to have 8 weeks of learning different skills, trying out some different games and fun activities. So obviously for our tennis activities, you're going to need a tennis racket and a tennis ball. If you haven't got a tennis ball, I'd maybe advise using a pair of socks. And if you haven't got a racket, you will see in the next part of this video what you are going to use. So like I said, if we are struggling with equipment, okay, and you haven't got a tennis racket or a tennis ball, you can use a pair of socks. I've just rolled these up into a ball and we've got our frying pan as our tennis racket. Please ask your parents if it's okay, and then not making dinner or making you a lovely yummy lunch and you're taking the frying pan off them. Okay, so these are obviously going to act as our tennis ball and our tennis racket. Okay, so you can still do all the activities. Right, so first things first, we obviously need to get ourselves warmed up before we start any physical activity. So if we put our equipment down on the floor, in a space where you're not going to trip over it or you're not going to damage any of it. Okay, so we're going to start off by getting our pulse rate up. Okay, so we're going to increase that heart rate, get that blood pumping around our body to make sure our body is ready to start some tennis activities. So make sure you're in a space where you're not going to hit anything, okay? And make sure you're not in your parents' office or your brother or sister's bedroom where you're going to be annoying them, okay? So we are just going to start off with a 20-second jog on the spot. Okay, so I'm just going to use my watch to time me. You could use a watch, you could use a phone, laptop, you could maybe use an online timer, okay, or try and count in your head. So we're just going to do a nice light 20-second jog to start with. Off we go. Okay, so we're not going too fast, just taking it nice and easy to warm our bodies up. Keep it going, that's halfway, we've got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and we're just going to stand for a second, okay? Take a big deep breath in and out, okay? And in between our jogging, we're going to start with some stretches, okay? So we're going to start with our neck and work our way all the way down to our toes. So all I want you to do is rotate your neck 3 times one way and 3 the other way. And then we're going to do the same with our shoulders, so we're going to rotate them back for 5, then rotate forwards, then make them rotations bigger. We're now going to do our arms, so we do 5 arm circles forwards and 5 back. And we are now going to go back to a 20-second jog. Off we go. 20 seconds. Try and get them knees nice and high. Slowly increase that heart rate. Keep it going. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right, back to our standing position. Okay, as we're going to be looking at tennis, we need to make sure our arms and our back are nicely stretched out. So for our arms first, we're going to bring right arm across our body, left arm comes up just by our elbow. Okay, and we should be holding our stretches for 8 seconds. Perfect. Okay, and swap over. So left arm across, right arm up. And then we're now going to go up like this, lightly push down on our elbow. It should look like this. And then we're going to swap over. Perfect. Right. Now we're just going to lean over to the side. So we've got this hand on our hip and slowly lean over. Should feel a lovely stretch all down here. And swap sides. Perfect, right, you know the drill. Back to our 20-second jog, off we go. Making sure we're getting them knees lovely and high. And rest it there. Right, next one we are going to do is work down. Right, so our leg stretch we are going to complete first is just going to stand on one leg, okay, and hold the other foot. If we are struggling with our balance, try and focus on something still or hold your opposite ear, okay, and that should steady our balance. So once you've done 8 seconds, swap over onto the other leg. Again, you hold the opposite ear if you're struggling with your balance. Perfect, and then we'll do one more each side. So stay nice and balanced. And one more. Perfect, we are just going to go straight into another leg stretch. So we're going to do a lunge. So we're going to start with our right leg forwards. So that's going to be bent. Left leg is going to be nice and straight. Okay, we should feel that stretch all the way down the back of our left leg. Okay, make sure your heels stay on the floor, feet flat on the floor. And swap over, same again. This time our right leg is our straight one, left leg is our bent one. And swap over once more. Again, make sure them feet stay nice and flat. If your feet are nice and flat, you will get a bigger stretch in that straight leg. And one last one. And then just shake your legs out. They've had some stretching, so we'll shake them out, make sure they're nice and loose. Right, to finish our warm-up off, we are going to do 20 seconds of fast feet. So we've been doing nice light jogs. Now we're going to go flat out for 20 seconds doing fast feet, okay? And when you're going that fast that you're going to take off. Right, 3, 2, 1, go. So we've got fast feet, fast, fast, fast. Keep them nice and flat. You don't need to do high knees, you just need to do fast feet. Keep it going. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and stop there. Right, we should be feeling nice and warm now. Body's ready to go. What I want you to do now is grab a quick drink of water. Okay, get that breathing rate slightly back to normal, but make sure we're staying nice and hydrated. So we are going to start off with the basics. We've just completed our warm-up. Now all I want you to do is pick up your tennis racket, or if you're using a frying pan, pick up your frying pan. Okay, so we're going to look at the grip of how we should hold our tennis racket. So you will hold the tennis racket in your strongest hand, and that means your dominant hand. Okay, so for me, this is my right hand. Okay, this is the hand that I write with. So if you're not sure, see what feels more comfortable. Okay, I hold mine in my right hand. So when I grip the tennis racket, okay, my hand almost makes a U shape. Okay, I don't want to see this. Okay, we don't have our finger up like that. We have it like hands like this, gripped, and it's almost a U shape on our racket. Okay, so you need to feel what feels the most comfortable. So that's me with my right hand. Left hand, it would be exactly the same grip, and I've got the U. Okay, so you need to figure out which feels more comfortable. So you might try and do a few tennis swings. Okay, see what feels comfortable. Okay, just be careful. Make sure you're in a big open space and you're not going to knock anything over. Right, now that you have figured out your grip, okay, you're now going to pick up your tennis ball or your pair of socks. Okay, and all I want you to do is focus on that grip, make sure your grip's right, and you're going to balance your tennis ball on. and I just want you to walk around your house and try and keep it nice and balanced, okay? Really focus on keeping that tennis ball on the racket. So we want our rackets to be nice and flat. Don't want to see this, okay? Because then it'll fall off. So rackets are going to be nice and flat, okay? We're just focusing on balancing that tennis ball for now. So your first challenge, you might have guessed, is I want to see how long you can balance that tennis ball on there and keep it balanced, okay? So get your parents or get your siblings or someone in your family to time how long you can keep that tennis ball balanced on your racket, okay? So it needs to be on the netted part of your racket or in your frying pan. I don't want to see any of this where it's balanced in the triangle. Sorry, my head just got cut off there. So I don't want to see any of that. It needs to be on the white part of your racket, okay? So on the actual mesh of the racket. So stay nice and balanced, opposite hand behind your back, and you're just going to try and balance it and see how long you can balance it for. So you have completed your first challenge. We are now going to have a look at our second challenge. So we're taking it up a little step, and you could say that this is the blue ninja of tennis. Okay, so the blue ninja tennis challenge for week 1. So again, we are going to have our ball balanced on there. Okay, I want to now see how many times in 30 seconds you can keep your ball balanced, but sit down, okay, and stand back up with it balanced, okay? So we've got to sit down onto your bottoms and then stand back up and see how many times you can do that in 30 seconds. So Miss Emma managed 9 on that second challenge, okay? So on the challenge we've just completed, so sitting down and standing up, it would have been 10, but my ball fell off on the last stand up, okay? So for our next one, so we're going to have a look at our black ninja belt. So we're taking it a little bit further and we're going to do a little bit harder, okay? Now what I want you to try and do is hit the tennis ball to yourself. So you're just going to do little bounces on the tennis racket, okay? So I want you to do a few practices first. So spend about 5 minutes practicing. So you're going to have your tennis ball on your racket, okay? Nice grip. What we looked at the start, make sure we've got the proper grip. And all you're going to do is bounce your tennis ball up and down, like so, okay? Focus on the ball. See how I'm not hitting it too high, okay? So we're going to stay nice and focused. And you're going to see how many you can complete in a row without dropping the ball. Okay, so nice little hits. See how my racket is barely moving up and down? Okay, that's what I want you to have a go at. Okay, so this is what not to do. That is what I don't want you to do, because you'll be off, run around the place causing chaos, okay? So we want nice and controlled. Little bounces like so. Best of luck with that challenge. If you are wanting to really challenge yourself and be a little bit fancy, what I want you to try and do is rotate your racket. We're going to try and flip the racket in between the bounces, okay? So flip that racket. Remember to keep our grip. Whoop. And try and flip again, only doing little hits. And see how many flips you can get. So now you've had a go of completing all 3 challenges. I want you to make sure you send me the scores of all the challenges that you completed, and also let me know if you managed to complete the flip racket. Send a video of yourself to me completing it so I can have a little look at what you've been getting up to. Okay, so just to finish this first week of activities, we're just going to do a little cool down, okay, which is just going to involve some stretches and getting our breathing back to a normal state. Okay, so first things first, what I would like us to do is just open and close your arms as if you're giving yourself a big hug. Okay, so we're stretching out our arms because we've used them today. Okay, we're going to do 5 more. And 1. Perfect. Right, our next one we're going to do is I want you to circle your wrists. Okay, so wrists might feel a bit sore tomorrow. Okay, because obviously we've been using them to hold our racket and twist our racket. So you're just going to circle those wrists. Okay, perfect. Then our favourite arm stretch, which we've also included in our warm-up. Make sure our arms are lovely and stretched out. So bringing them across our body for 8 seconds. And swapping sides. And back once more. And 1 more. Perfect. Okay, and then I just want us to stretch up and reach as high as we can and try and reach down to your toes. If you're super flexible, try and touch the floor and down to our toes. And we'll do 3 more. Big stretch onto your tiptoes and back down. Last 2. So we go up to the top, beat yourself as tall as you can, down to your toes. And 1 last one. Go up and down. Okay, right, all I want us to do now is take 3 big deep breaths and then we are finished, okay? So with our arms, you're going to inhale and exhale. Okay, do 2 more. Big inhale and exhale. And 1 last one. Big inhale and exhale. Right, very well done you. You have just completed Miss Emma's first week of tennis, okay? Stay with the basics of understanding how to hold a racket and just getting comfortable with a tennis ball, or if you've got a frying pan and socks, getting comfortable using that, okay? I hope to see you next week, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video and managed to learn something and complete a little bit of physical activity. See you later.